Okay, hello again. We're back for part 2 of the Hank Aaron story. If you remember part 1, we talked about the Hank Aaron photo, and I'll have a follow-up to that I'll get to here in a second. But let's set the scene for a day that was very historic for Wrigley Field. So there's no more sacred record in baseball than Babe Ruth's home run records. And of course, the Hank Aaron was chasing the Babe at this point in 1973, late August 1973. Hank was sitting on 701 home runs, but he hadn't hit a home run in over 2 weeks. He hit his last one on July the 31st, and we were up to August the 16th. So this was his last chance at Wrigley, and I had never seen a home run by Hank Aaron at Wrigley Field in the 2 years I was working there. So I kind of sort of was rooting for Hank to hit one that day, just as was the crowd. There was quite a stir because Hank was getting close to the record. Now, Hank in the paper had said that he hadn't hit a ball hard in 3 weeks, and he didn't even take batting practice this day before the game. As he commented in the newspaper story, which I have a copy of, which we're going to talk about, he talked about that even batting practice wasn't helping because he was always getting interrupted. And he says, to use his words, it doesn't do any good because even though I can't take it out there, what's the use? When I come out there to take batting practice, it's do this interview, take that picture. So I just stayed inside and rested. So that makes me feel a little bit guilty about the photo that I had asked to take with him the day before, where first he said no. So sorry, Hank, for being a pain in the ass to you. And I'm glad that you hit this home run, but we're getting to that. Okay, so it's the Cubs, by the way, at this point, had lost 10 in a row. So the Cubs had gone from being in first place for 3 months, from April, May, June, and part of July, about 3 months total, had lost 10 in a row. So we needed a win really, really bad. Bill Pappas was on the mound, and the game was going and humming along. The Cubs were up 2-0 in the 8th inning. And Pappas was out of the game. We brought the bullpen in. This is Hank's last chance to hit a home run at Wrigley Field. So the first guy makes an out, and Hank comes up, and the pitcher walks. Damn it, I'm saying, that's terrible, man. This is our last chance. The crowd was booing the pitcher. They wanted to see history made as well. So, well, that's too bad. Now we just got to win this game. But the Braves went crazy with the bats. They batted all the way around and scored like 6-7 runs, and lo and behold, Hank Aaron comes up again with 2 runners on, and on a 2-2 pitch, he hits the ball 425 feet onto Waveland Avenue. And I've got pictures of that we're going to put into the video here. These appeared in the Chicago Tribune. There's a picture of Hank hitting the home run, and there's a picture of us waiting at home plate to shake his hand. Don't worry about the close-up, we'll put those in the video. So what's really cool was the next day, the Chicago Tribune on the front page of the sports section had a big article about all this, including the picture with me on there referred to as the Bat Boy. So just a little point of order here. When you're the Bat Boy, you can't jump the line. When there's a home run, your place is at the end of the line, not anywhere in there. So for those who are interested, that's Hank Aaron, that's Darrell Evans, who went on to hit over 400 homers himself, Mike Lum, one of the ball players born in Hawaii, and the great Dusty Baker, who lots of Cub fans are very familiar with. So Hank hit the home run, and it went way on to Waveland Avenue, and a kid found it there and brought it back to the clubhouse. And Hank is quoted in the paper as saying, "Well, I think he wanted some money for it. Or he wanted to keep the ball. He wanted money for it." So he said, "Well, there wasn't any money," so he just signed the ball and let the kid keep it. But They were specially marking the balls back then with just pen. It wasn't as fancy as we got to later home run chases, like with McGuire and Sosa, where people were literally trying to kill each other, trying to get the baseballs. But for Hank Aaron, this was good luck. So he had gone 16 days without a home run. And on this day, by the way, it was the 25th anniversary of when the news people broke into the radio and announced that Babe Ruth had died 25 years exactly before this date. Hank went on to hit 4 more home runs in the next week, and it looked like he had a chance then to catch Babe Ruth before the end of the season, but he ended right at 713. He ended up 1 short of the record, but a big day for Wrigley Field and a day to see history and a day that I'll never forget, and I got a good picture of my backside in the newspaper.